Yo creo que sí.
Thank God I thought of it. So we're coming up on more of the excavations. I mean, this site is, kilometers and kilometers square in all directions. But now we're right outside of the palace where we've been really digging this season to find more of this incredible mass assassination. They've never seen anything like it. The whole site was not respectfully, ritually destroyed. And the monuments, they just chipped a little bit off the face, as they often did, and they faced them down, which was very nice because they're perfectly preserved, beautifully preserved monuments. We have one of the panels is worth $3.5 million. It's been evaluated. It's in the National Museum, of course. But it spends a lot of time in places like the Louvre and other places traveling. I get to travel with it, makes me happy. Makes me my wife happy, the camera person. So, wow. Explícanos qué estamos mirando. We're going to get an explanation here of the Joaquin's going to give us an explanation of his excavations here. Entonces, ¿qué tenemos aquí?
Bueno, acá inicialmente estamos en la estructura identificada como L725. Según los mapas que ya están elaborados, esta estructura cierra esta plaza, una de las principales de Cancún, del epicentro, y esa está ubicada en el lado norte de este grupo, ¿verdad? Esto correspondería al sector oeste, que hasta el momento está a mi cargo, ¿verdad? La excavación. Entonces, pues es primera vez que se investiga, ¿verdad? Solo ha sido ubicada en los mapas. Entonces iniciamos con varias unidades, ¿verdad? Ya con esos 14 días de excavación, podemos decir que se trata de una plataforma orientada de este a oeste.
Pero ese es todo esto.
Sí, que corre de allá hasta allá. Un poquito más de 50 metros.
Ya estoy desorientado. ¿Al otro lado es la plaza principal o...?
No.
No. ¿Dónde está? Por ahí.
Aquí está L727, ahí estaba acá más. L724, la Guada Norte hacia allá.
Well, we're outside of the palace, and he's explaining something. This is very surprising. It's shit, man. This guy, Taj Chanak, the king here at the end that did a lot of this. This is probably from his reign. We'll know from the potsherds, but I mean, he was just in constructing everywhere. So this long ridge which goes, it looks like 200 feet that way, and goes all the way here to where it connects with the royal palace. This entire ridge, which we thought was just a place where it dropped down into the plazas on the other side, this is a giant platform. Looks like a two-tiered platform of fine masonry with stucco floors in front of it. Some kind of weird-ass, long, skinny structure. And it's not, I know my colleagues are going to say, it's an E-group. No, there's no E-group, this goddamn long. Wow, just a very long, skinny, wall-like platform, but with two levels, which means that it probably had wooden structures on top of it or something. I don't know what to tell you because this is bizarre. These things, you find them, it takes you weeks, and then in the lab, and then studying the drawings. Figure out what the hell's going on. Pero ese es un piso de estuco.
Sí, aquí tenemos 3 pisos. Hay uno primero, uno que está acá, de piedrín de caliza, seguro estuvo estucado, pero como fue lo último, se erosionó. Uno primero, uno segundo, este así igual, estucado, bien compacto, como que fuera mezcla, así como que fuera cemento con piedrín, arena. Y uno tercero, acá, en este sector. Pero hacia allá en la esquina, digamos, ya son los 2 a identificar. Allá tenemos 2, aquí 3, y hacia el este, donde estuvo Antonieta, solo hay uno.
¿Y ese donde está Antonieta, de la misma estructura?
Sí, la misma, solo que nos dividimos, porque como era bastante grande, ya quedó en el este y yo en el oeste.
He's explaining that there's 3 really thick stucco floors here, so there were 3 levels of construction. And you can see in the sidewall, of course, with the time in this climate, especially here, we get twice as much rain as most Maya sites further north. But these huge stucco floors, they had one, and then they built up the level of the plaza, and they put another one, and then another one, very thick. So there were 3 different periods. Now, the construction during the apogee from 760 to 800. I mean, things were changing so fast, and they constructed the palace 7 times in that period. So this could have all been in a very short period of time, which at other sites you would think is not the case. But at Conquén, most of the construction is in this huge economic apogee, when they connected and made these trade routes at all the places, the little places that we're studying in the highlands. And this structure goes all the way down there to where you see the end roof, and that's where another archaeologist, Antonieta Cajas is excavating. She's been with the project too many years, and it's the same structure, which we didn't think would be the case. Entonces, pero este tiene como 2 niveles, ¿o?
Fíjese que según nosotros, o sea, era la plataforma, y posterior se construyó la escalinata. Ya, o sea, entonces por eso fue que hicimos ese registro, encontramos allá, y por acá sería el primer escalón, digamos, de arriba hacia abajo, el primer escalón de esa escalinata. Y a un piso seguro estucado también que se erosionó y llegó hasta acá, y ya esa pared del cuarto, de uno de los cuartos, solo que acá se desvía un poco hacia allá, o sea, no vienen en línea recta. Pilastras, ¿no? Como rasgos. Aquí todavía no los hemos excavado, ya se ven mejor.
So up on top, this is the base of rooms. So it comes up here, there's a big platform, and then there are these rooms. And this is the front, there's a stairway going in, and then the room was in there. And you can see he's showing these big square areas where lintels or columns that went up, and where the ceiba is, the tree right there. That was inside of the room. And then you have others down there, you have room after room, masonry rooms, all the way across. Wow. Come see this. And you can see.
Acá están estas 2 pilastras que no las hemos excavado. Acá sería como de los accesos principales, asociados a esta, como hay unos escalones que dan hacia esta entrada. La escalinata sigue allá, o sea, corre, ¿verdad? Aquí hicimos esto solo para ver cómo continúa el muro, y aquí tiene una leve desviación, o sea, aquí va de este a oeste, pero acá doble. Acá continúa, acá el exterior, digamos, o sea, entre el muro frontal de la plataforma y el muro frontal de ese cuarto.
You see that he's explaining we're excavating all along here, enormous structure, and then here's the wall, and then where that plastic is inside of the room, and of course these walls would have gone up much farther, but they've fallen down, and we have big piles down there of the stones that were at the base of this mound, this long structure with its many rooms. These are small rooms, and almost certainly were more audience chambers for officials in this big bureaucratic economic palace. But you see why we have to do the excavation in pieces, because over there, that's not a very big tree by Conquén standards, but still, I'm not cutting that down. So we do the archaeology around it, and it's frustrating sometimes, but I don't cut down, man. A tree that's bigger than this is like the maximum size that we'll cut down. Anything, they got to get my permission, and I never give it for anything bigger.
Tomando en cuenta que según los mapas, aquí más o menos termina la estructura, consideramos que por aquí podía estar la esquina del cuarto, ¿no? Pero excavamos y no hay nada. Entonces eso quiere decir que hasta por acá más o menos puede estar la esquina de este cuarto, digamos la esquina suroeste, en este sector. Llama la atención de que esto, digamos, esta pequeña plataforma no está como por aparte, ¿no? Pero yo consideramos de que al menos en lo final, digamos, formó parte de la misma. Porque este muro corre, o sea, este rasgo viene desde allá, desde esa esquina hasta allá, continúa.
Wow.
Por lo menos topó hasta acá. Y allá sí seguro asociado hacia esa otra plaza. Pero en lo final, por lo menos sí fue parte. Entonces por lo mismo es de que no encontramos la esquina allá, sino más acá. Porque se extendía un poco más hacia el oeste.
So you're saying, you know, the rooms, these rooms, I'm standing inside of one, it's under my feet. They just continue one after another. He thought they would end here, but they go all the way up to here, where they abut the wall of another big courtyard of this infinite palace. I have to say something. This palace is so huge. We have big excavations with like circus tents sometimes, as we do right now, over the final throne room area and its courtyard. But most of the time we have archaeologists all over the place with small things, figuring out one little piece and then another little piece. And it's very important because palaces are not important usually. But this one really slowly, in 50 years, one stage after another, turned into a giant office building. There's almost no residences here. When we first worked here, I wrote articles and so on, estimating 250 people lived in this palace. It seems like the royal family had 2 residences in this palace. Maybe some servants, but it was all by the end office complexes, and that follows the fact that Conquén was becoming one of the great economic centers of ancient times, with its ports, its giant jade workshop, and the largest production of obsidian tools, volcanic glass, ever found in the Maya world. Again, that's further out, like 4 kilometers from here. But so we're kind of like, you know, the research design, I should say, is like a bunch of ants scratching on an elephant's ass. You know, we do a little here and a little there, not knocking down the trees, moving cautiously, and we're figuring things out as we go along. And there's surprises every year. This year, the 2 surprises are more and more office building rooms, and this is like one of the largest structures I've ever seen. One little office after another, and this is just on the outer side of the palace. And the other big surprise is evidence of the end, the mass assassination and battle, just bodies and desacralizing garbage everywhere we're digging. Así está.
Visto desde planta, en lo final nos atrevemos a decir de que la estructura tenía forma de L mayúscula. O sea, esto como original y esto seguramente adosado en algún momento. Esta parte.
Y para orientarme mejor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ahí está L7.
Ahí está el cuarto de trono.